welcome to today's Monkeynomics video. Today we will be discussing competitive market supply and demand. The term market can be defined as a place where buyers and sellers can meet to facilitate the exchange or transaction of goods and services, whereas demand, which is what we will be discussing first today, can be defined as the various quantities of a good or service a consumer is willing and able to buy at varying prices over a period of time, ceteris paribus. Now, it is important to remember that this term, ceteris paribus, refers to this fact given that all other things being equal, whereas willing refers to whether a consumer wants to purchase a good, and able refers to their financial capabilities and whether they have the capacity to purchase said good. Now, if we move over here, we can see that demand, this image here, is represented by a downward sloping curve. Now, this is because the law of demand states that there is a negative relationship between the price of a good and its quantity demanded. Now, as the price of a good increases, the quantity demanded is low, and vice versa. If the price of a demand decreases, there's more quantity demanded. Now, there can be movements along the demand curve and shifts of a demand curve. Movements along the demand curve are caused by a change in price level, as seen here, from price A, from A to B, where at price point A, only this amount of quantity is demanded, whereas at a lower price B, there is more quantity demanded. Now, it is important to remember that these changes or movements along the demand curve are known or referred to as changes in quantity demanded and not demand, because later on, as you can see here, these shifts in demand of the demand curve, either right or left, occur when the entire demand curve shifts. And this is called a change in demand rather than a change in quantity demanded, which is back here, and it's important to not confuse the two. Now, these shifts in demand are caused by factors called non-price determinants, of which there are countless ones, but some of the key determinants can be seen here in this acronym PACIFIC, which I got from a very useful source called Econ Plus DAO. Whereas the first non-price determinant is population, which is obviously a change, increase or decrease in population of a country or economy, which can cause a increase in demand. Similarly, changes in advertising, whether it's more or less effective, can cause the demand of a good to increase or decrease without its price level changing. Substitute price level refers to the price level changing of a substitute good. In this case, an example could be books or ebooks, where, for example, if the price of ebooks were to decrease, making them cheaper, consumers would now be more willing and able to purchase ebooks rather than books, and as such, the demand for books would shift to the left and decrease. Income refers to the overall income of a population. If the average level of income increases, then obviously consumers will have more disposable income. As such, they will be more willing and able to purchase various goods, which can cause a shift in demand to the right without the price level changing. And furthermore, fashion tastes and trends change a lot usually, and as a result, because of these things, these factors, demand can shift. For example, in fashion, skinny jeans are not popular right now, and as a result, their demand for these goods are less as they once used to be. Interest rates refers to the cost of borrowing money, essentially, where if this becomes lower, people will be able to borrow more money at a lower cost, thus increasing their disposable income, once again increasing their willingness and ability to purchase goods at any given price rate. And lastly, complement price level refers to complementary goods such as cereal and milk, where they're often bought together. For example, if the price of milk were to drastically increase one day, then it is very likely that there would also be a decrease in demand for cereal because these goods often go hand in hand. Yep.